Hey guys, Effie here. Today I'm going to show you how I layered our autumn foliage stamp set. Now this is a 6x8 clear set and each leaf has 3 stamping layers with the exception of the smallest size leaves which only consist of one solid layer. So I'm going to start off by stamping the first layer leaves or stamps in our Beach Blondie dye ink, but I only partially inked up each of the stamps with the Beach Blondie. And I'm using my Misty to help me do this partial inking and stamping. So after I stamp the Beach Blondie, I'm going to go ahead and partially ink up each of the stamps with our Peach Blossom dye ink, which is a soft peach or orange hue. Then I blotted off some of the ink on the stamps to get rid of the hard edges so that I have a smoother transition from color to color on my stamped image. So after I stamp the Peach Blossom, I'm just going to go ahead and stamp my next color, which is our Coralline Hybrid ink. And I'm just going to kind of get the corners of each of the stamps. I don't want there to be too much of the Coralline because I want there to be a nice I guess variety of color in each stamp. So actually before I went ahead and stamped the Coralline, I went and stamped the rest of all the white spaces in the stamps with the Beach Blondie. Now you can see that there's better coverage or color coverage on the stamped images. And now I'm going to add a little bit of the Coralline to each stamp. You can experiment with the amount of color that you want on each leaf. So I kind of go back and forth from Peach Blossom to Beach Blondie, and I just do that because I want there to be a better blend of colors in each stamped leaf. So that's why you see me going back and forth using the Beach Blondie, the Peach Blossom, and then I go back and just add a little bit more of the Coralline to some of the leaves. Now this is still the first layer. Now I'm going to move on to the second layer stamps, and I'm just going to position each of the second layer stamps using the Misty. Now, for this second layer, I just inked up the stamps and stamped it 3 times using the warm hazelnut dye ink, which is a soft brown ink, and it's very subtle and it gives me some really nice shading for this layer of my leaves. So this is a video just to show you how I'm going to mass produce these leaves, and I don't use all of the leaves in one card, but I'm just making a bunch of them for several cards because I'm always in need of Thanksgiving cards. My family raids my Thanksgiving card stash, so I'm going to be prepared this year, and I'm just going to make a bunch. Next, I'm just going to stamp the third layer for each of these leaves, and I'm going to stamp them in our Coral Cavern dye ink. And this is just a nice rich orangey red color that is beautiful for this color palette. And I'm actually going to go ahead and double stamp this layer. So I just showed you one color palette. I'm going to show you how I stamped this large maple leaf using our Soft Garden dye inks. So this leaf is going to have a little bit of green. So I stamped most of the leaf in the green, and then I'm going to go ahead and ink up just the top of the stamp with the Beach Blondie. And now I have a nice two-tone leaf with a little bit of green in it. So I'm just showing you that you can experiment with different color inks for a different color palette. And then for the tips of my maple leaf, I use Coral Cavern, and then for the second layer, I use Bright Fern. After I stamped everything out, I just die cut all the leaves using the coordinating dies for future projects. So thanks for stopping by and watching this video. I'll see you next time.